The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
And I'm packing the motor box in the middle of the room. Motorcyclists across Monrovia. I blocked the room. And I'm packing the motor box in the middle of the room. Motorcyclists across Monrovia. I blocked the room. And I'm packing the motor box in the middle of the room. And I'm packing the motor box in the middle of the room. Motorcyclists across Monrovia. I blocked the room. I see police officers are here. They are here. They are just stopped. Capture some. Capture some men folks. They have just captured some men folks. They have just captured some men. They have just captured some men. They have just. We were invaded by the police. They were being coming up with a regulation of taking up on the street. For us, we represent the motorcyclists in this country. Any destruction that will hammer or embarrass their movement, it is our responsibility. We are not saying that you can do your police job, but our people. We inform our people to express the police are not irritated. We say, because of our motorcycle leaders, the discussion that they were having at the center, we were not to discuss it in the public. Because of people, so the police director there, we are representing people. Any idea we want to have a discussion with the police director, and not coming back and getting our people feedback, it will appear that we are compromising their interests. For us, we don't have to have men guiding us. We are ordinary motorcycle people who are right back in the community. If they see us and they want to be involved with compromising the interests of the motorcycle, our life will not be safe. So it is good. Since we say the no God who is working on your people, let us inform our people now so they can take where the spirit. So we are the people.
Man, you know, say your West man, my king's alibi. My king, what are you?
You older than younger because they're not.
Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change. Yes, we can. And I, George, we have said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens, fellow Liberians, freedom and power brings responsibility. The responsibility rests upon CDC, a noble party representing the noble people. Before the birth of CDC, We have endured all the pains of poverty and marginalization. Our heart is heavy with the consciousness of this sorrow. Some of those pains continue even now. However, the past is over, and it is the future that attracts us now. The struggle of the people is the true national one. It is the struggle of the Liberian people, inspired by their own suffering and their own experience. It is the struggle for the right to live. In my lifetime, I have and will dedicate myself to the struggle of the Liberian people. I stand before you humble by your courage, with a heart full of love for all of you. I regard it as the highest honor to lead CDC at this moment in our history. And in that, we have been chosen to lead our country.
Your generation, your generation, forget the consequence of what you did. You will suffer, you will suffer. And any choice and lawyer, and any choice and lawyer that bash you as well, the children will suffer this thing. The children, forget the consequence of what you did.
Unfortunately, we are not given the free will to make decisions on our own mineral resources. There's always Big Brother who decides. And when you fight and say, no, we are not going to do this, they use the system to stop you. It's either they set you up with the opposition and they'll be supporting the opposition against you from the back, or they cause unnecessary chaos in your country so that you are not able to even govern your own people. They will do things to make you not to be functionable. And of course, any country that don't have peace cannot develop. You have to have peace before you talk about development. I'll give you a simple example about Sierra Leone. Every mining company that is in Sierra Leone today is owned by a foreigner. Every mining company. If it's not the Chinese, it's the American, it's the British. Our electricity, Bumuda, is run by the British, and we still don't have light. We're looking for light, electricity. If you don't have electricity, how can you talk about education? How can you talk about health facility? How can you talk about improving the infrastructure of your country? We don't have electricity. Now, do we actually even have proper water, pipe-borne water, so that our kids will not be sick? We don't have those facilities. Why? With all the minerals we have, there is a cap you put. Before my husband became the president of Sierra Leone was benefiting, they said, what's the word? 0.000.1%. What is that? Basically, a company can take as much as $100 million out of the country in terms of minerals, and then they can just give the country $10,000. Now, what will $10,000 do for our health system? What does $10,000 do for our educational system? And these are the things I believe that are stopping Africa from progressing. We don't have a say. The sense about us celebrating independence, I don't know why we celebrate independence, because we are not free.
Senator Dylan up with Alex Grant, ex-rep.
Everybody know that I'm supposed to be there, so nobody can have me for calling people. For you to pass the scrutiny of the Senate, speak to your credentials. Question. Let's go.
Thank you, Senator. I presented what I have. Is before the House of Senate. All my credentials are submitted. Yeah, okay, very good. Very well.
I want to confirm that what you presented.
Yes, what I presented.
So let me ask one question.
Yeah.
Have you been expelled for academic fraud?
I got no knowledge of that. I only see it in newspaper.
So,
okay. Yeah, I only see that in newspaper. I don't go running after it. Who has a specific issue with me, they will come and confront.
When you say not to your knowledge, that's not an answer. It's the smart way to evade on a court. I think as a little smart to know that all I want the right answer.
Yeah.
Have you been expelled for academic fraud? Question.
So I would say nothing on knowledge because I got no written documentation communicated to me by anybody.
For the third time, let me ask you. Have you, to your certain knowledge, have any institution expelled for academic fraud? Question.
No.
Nobody answer about that. We can proceed on that.
Thank you.
He was asking you a poignant question, not because he doesn't like you, but because that's what we're hearing everywhere. So I'll ask you one question. Did you or did you not go to one Ibadan University?
I did.
You graduated from there.
Not before I graduated.
Oh, so you went to Ibadan, but you did not graduate?
No.
Okay. All
right. You have lived and worked in Nigeria for 12 years. You have been part of the government. But let me ask you another question. Do you have a bachelor's degree? What does that mean?
You mean not yet?
Did you say you have a bachelor's degree in the past?
I don't exactly remember.
You don't remember? Let me remind you. You don't remember having said that you have a degree, and you say your degree is pending. One of the reasons why the citizens are rejecting you is because they believe that you disgrace them.
What is said to your mom that convinced her to
bring her
that?
to go to the main store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said I'm joining to go steal to the web main store to they get money to the store. They will go take it from there. I said, "Mama, how many bars for the same lecture?"
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in there, around 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I let you be. I'll call you by."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
You different working place, not to the man.
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Crown to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go steal. I go to yeah. I see the man say man go steal. How you question the thing you want for me to explain for you to understand? Then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear?
I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When they call you in the man,
when they call me in the man, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
He told the man, say, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the
man. Say, what give you what?
Tea. How many tea?
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg is that?
With egg into my butter. So when I carry it to the man, say carry it to the man. When you give it to the man, then you come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so they go convince your friend.
Yeah. When I give it to the man now, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, what you doing now? I say, oh, I'm going right now. So one of my friends call me.
But the same man go to
yeah, the same man.
The better he say one for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man now, he say clean the car. Then we are 2 now. Then they are 2.
Big G, bro.
Yeah.
Black
BG. Photo G.
Yeah.
So when I clean the car now,
air condition all is that?
No. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll need a water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people that can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talking the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? When I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said one talk again. I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you talking the question. Hi, looking, then you want post and no more what they do. Why not be looking to the top? one question again. And said they call me to the office at OSP.
The tea is spraying to me, they come to get paid. You say you get the tea to the man. After you get the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next?
And for me, I'm not there.
Nobody, you getting there. You say, asking too much question. Hey, there's good things, maybe egg and bread. Okay, sorry. Don't say sorry now. Okay, sorry. If you I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give me answer now, then you.
Okay, explain again. I'm not asking you no more questions again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need English.
Okay, sorry. Don't say sorry now. Sorry.
See, Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
So I can take time to
explain. Okay.
Use electronic and print media. They use everything to propagate direct propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own direct propaganda to unpower all, to outsmart us, to direct us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention. Not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because
not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers the fear. Never let the fear of striking out get in your way. To have courage for whatever comes in life. Everything lies in that. Courage is good. During these times, during this moment of disappointment, regret, which haunt people intending to take bread from on the table of you, the ordinary people, without creating any alternative source of income, any means of livelihood. 3 months into their leadership, into their government, they have done absolutely nothing. The only concern is to impoverish more Liberians. Take them from their little hustle they're doing, set them home to do what I do not know. I don't know where the calculation comes from. Are you intending to increase criminality on the people so that you use that moment to start selling drugs and doing all kinds of things? I don't know. Sometimes you think about it and your minds are going to all sort of things. Because when there is chaos in the country, when there is chaos in the city, all of the chaos don't have to be war or what have you. But when there's a breakdown of the law some way, somehow, when there's an increase in armed robbery, increase in criminality because of the aftermath effect of some of the policies or the policies action the government is taking, unscrupulous individuals in high places in government will use that as a window opportunity to start doing the drugs business, because everybody here will be on armed robbery thing, and then it will be so you'll be acting like you're smart and we understand some of the things you're trying to do, because nothing justifies why at this point, at this time, when the government has done absolutely nothing, government does not seem to even have an idea on where she's going.
different colors.
And in Nimba County and Grangeda County, tomorrow is election day. By elections in these two counties. Nimba for the Senate and Grangeda for District Number 1. Replacing Errol Madison going on. District Number 1, Grangeda County. And of course, Nimba to replace the current Vice President, Jeremiah Kwan-Kun. And it appears in Nimba as though the race is too hot. The CDC does not have a clear candidate in Nimba senatorial by-election. But the PUP candidate seems to be going neck to neck with the Unity Party, the ruling party, Yan Twine. Samuel Koga, who appears to have a more viable, visionary agenda for the county, with Lockhorn in a four-horse race, particularly with Yan Twine of the divisive witch-hunting Unity Party. And that's the reality the people of Nimba will have to face. A divisive witch-hunting, ungrateful Yan Twine Unity Party versus Sam Koga PUP, the People Unification Party of one Nimba, unity, harmony, development, and progress. I would suggest the people vote for the PUP candidate instead of the witch hunting, divisive, discriminatory Unity Party Yan Twine, who we are getting lots of dirty, nasty things about Yan Twine, and we believe the people of Nimba must pay keen attention. Y'all did not listen to us the 2023 election. Now all of y'all feeling you're regretting and we're sorry for you. But again, we will not stop. You people are our people. So we get the information, we get the education, we'll provide it for you. If you allow other things to inform your decision, and you see what's happening in Nimba now, sometimes my Nimba friends can be lecturing. I can say, yeah, you see the thing we're talking about, y'all are not listening to us. And this is another opportunity. Vote for Samuel Koga and reject Yan Twine. Yan Twine is a representation of the very dishonest, woke Unity Party. And they're trying to rob you. They're trying to solidify their base to corrupt you in the mass. So you want to erect a checkpoint to disrupt that establishment or arrangement. And the Nimba people must be determined. The numbers from tomorrow must show a resolve. Yes, indeed, the people of Nimba regret their action and they are prepared to resist this carnage of a government that's not come to rescue its people, but have come to plunge them into abject poverty and ignite a sense of division, hate, animosity, and chaos. The good people of Nimba must send a big message tomorrow. We are very optimistic that they will do so. Good morning to all of you. My name is Abu, and of course, at any moment, Austin Kawa will join us for breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. And yes, indeed, there are a lot of things to talk about, like I told you. And this morning, there is inspection, robust inspection ongoing. I woke up a little late this morning, so I had to, because I know that there will be inspection, and I wanted to be in time, so I had to use motorcycle. Also, demonstrating the value that motorcycle has added to us as a people and country, to our jobs, our effectiveness, our efficiency, has also been complemented by the presence of motorcyclists or motorcycle in the economy. So they are not altogether bad. They're not altogether negative. Right? And sometimes even those of you who sit down and criticize, you see, Mr. Barker would not have said, or Gregory Como 1 or 2 years ago, when we were passing around in some an old car, and struggling and things, you have not said, "Oh, you have moved a motorcycle from on the road then." But Gregory Como now has a brand new car with escort and all that for him, and he will not just run late for anything. So sometimes we have to be careful. We have to be able to understand, why is this man just taking this decision? There's a bit of temporary comfort that the man has, that no matter the consequences of that decision, he will not suffer. And government decisions don't have to be selfishly taken. No, absolutely not. It shouldn't be, and it must not. But rather, it must be a decision that cut into the interest of the vast majority, wherein the general good is being affected by a policy decision. A responsible government will give it a second thought. They will sit down and reevaluate and reposition themselves. Oh yes, look at my car. I'm a victim of the motorcyclists. And in terms of the way they run the streets and all of that. But yes, again, at the end of the day, we can't be selfish and say, "Oh, because we are in car, today we are fortunate to have our own cars, and then we are driving the streets of Monrovia." So we just sit down and say, "Y'all move the people from the road, man. Y'all move the people from." And sometimes the comparison you do as Liberian don't even make sense. When you're talking about motorcycle business, you prepare to compare yourself to Ghanaian, to Rwandan, right? To South African. Liberians. That's the irony of some of the express limitation and stupidity. Sometimes we demonstrate, but we do not know. Unaware, we do these things. When we're talking about, oh, let's move motorcyclists from on the road, right? You say, yeah, because in Ghana, you don't see motorcycle running here, you don't see a tricycle running here, blah blah blah. You think Ghana just jump and saw her say that? Sometimes when you're doing this comparison or comparative analysis, you have to be holistic. You have to look at it fully, not from the surface of things. That's when sometimes the things you wish for tomorrow will be the very things that you'll be crying from. Because if you do not evaluate your wishes properly and thoroughly, you just jump into it. And that's how most of the times we, the ordinary people, take our decisions, and it's bad. So you realize that most often when Liberians take decision, it does not even go. Look at the Joseph Barker decision. Most of the communities he got vote in that the community, the communities that are even complaining more about the government now are places where they were saying, "We'll harmonize your vote. You will harmonize our vote. We'll harmonize your vote." All this nonsense you're passing around, and in no time, absolutely no time, you are the ones, the street peddlers, street vendors, right? You were all there. You have been used. You saw the realities that, oh yes, for the past 6 years, this is the system that have permitted us in our hustle. This is the system that have created a means of acceptability for us. And we're working. Our livelihood is being prioritized over every other thing. Our survival is being prioritized over every other thing. How much more responsible you need a government to be than a government who cares about the people? A government who shows concern about the people, affection for the people. A government who subject policy decision to the whims and aspirations and wishes of the people and their feelings. That is the kind of government, that is the system of government that ordinary people must stoop towards, because for them, most of the times, these draconian, or if you may, improve policy actions affect them. They do not have the capacity to immediately meet up to the requirements of the changes and the reforms in terms of, for example, city ordinances, right? That has to do with cleaning the street, taking market stores from along the roads and all of that, right? And all these things. Today, during the period of the CDC did not go down Waterside and other places breaking market stores. No. What did the CDC do in the case of red light? The CDC, and through the leadership wisdom of President Weah, advised that instead of breaking market stores in red light, right, impoverishing the ordinary people, some of these people, they are the source of livelihood for hundreds of our citizens out there. Let's go to Omega. Let's embark on the Omega expansion project. Omega got expanded. When these things were happening, the very ruling party now that was opposition then jumped on it because it was a matter of, and took on argumentum a populum, the public sentiment. Rode on the public sentiment to start fueling tension in the whole process and initiative. They started coming up with all kind of la analysis and all kinds of stupid diatribes were coming from their mouths against that. But the government then, right, was rather considering the interests of the ordinary people. But unfortunately, these people did not realize that the government was about them. And they were the one loudest. We want rescue. We want rescue. Right? We want rescue. Rescue from what? Rescue from a government that says, yes, it is unacceptable and unwelcoming for us to have, for example, our streets looking like this. People just put market store all over, synagogue, people watching synagogue on the road, they're doing this one. The government say, yes, we understand. But let's take some of the country money, we expand Omega, we carry the people there. Oh, they politicize that one. But that was a good decision. Now go Omega and see. When the government did that, the government still realized, because politicians were still inciting the people. People were leaving that place, coming back to Raleigh. The government had designed another plan and approach for the very Raleigh to decongest Raleigh. The CDC government approach to decongestion was not to what? Draconianly, attack the citizens, right? And send armed police officers to confiscate their goods and everything, right? Was to say, let's find alternative remedy. Hey God, you see how responsible government can act? They look for a way around it. You see, when you go Ghana, you think the people just build their overpass bridges just because they won't build overpass bridges? No. It is informed. When a particular environment is densely populated and the population of that place affects the traffic flow or other activities around there, then the government design a strategy to say, okay, you know what? So let's put a road up and then down. The people can be doing their regular things there, and then it will not interrupt. You see what smart and thinking government can do? Now, that was what the CDC was contemplating for red light and its surrounding environments. The CDC was not saying, let's train and equip and make our police look fearful and send them there and get them rotten baton, tear gas and everything and send them in relay. The CDC did not say that. CDC was saying, we will do an overpass. We will construct an overpass that will take the road, pass over relay. The cars will be passing over relay, and then you can be doing your commercial thing under there. You jump, you say, oh, we want rescue, you don't even rescue, not even tell you nothing. They may go VOA, they ask you, what are your arrests? They may say, can you explain your own arrest code? Joseph Barker sit down on international radio. Explain the arrest to Mr. President, Mr. Kennedy Barker. Let understand. Nothing sound, nothing constructed, nothing innovative, nothing transforming you could hear from that old man. Absolutely nothing. So contradiction. And that is the reason why Bwaka is president now. He is ashamed to even reference the arrest in anything he do or anything he carries out. Right? Absolutely. Because the man has zero clue. That man was only up for presidency to rescue his life. He had lived with regret. Regretting that absolutely he has had nothing for himself all along. And then man saying the people behind me, let me do the thing. And now Bwaka is actually rescued. There can be no argument about that. Now. So you see, the government of the CDC approach to decongestion was in phases, considering red light, in phases. Considering Douala, yes, there were constraints there, but that's how you see the Douala expansion project was initiated. Right? Part of the road expansion project in Douala, there were lots of consideration on how the pedestrians and the street peddlers and how to restrict and regulate their movement and positioning in ways that traffic will be allowed to freely flow. But the Douala market was expanded, modernized, and additional spaces created. They were in conversation about expansion beyond. That was the CDC approach to decongestion or getting people off the street. Come to Waterside, right? The young mayor, during the heat of the COVID, sat smartly and said, oh, okay, this is a perfect opportunity. This is lockdown, right? Let's go down Waterside. Let's innovate. Let's post something decent. Send people can come post stakes, and these stakes, when rain touch them, they get where it can look dirty and stuff. Let's put steel, metal steel, and build steel tables and stuff for the people. Beautifully done, attractive, painted red, white, and blue. Nice. The whole outlook of Wallace became very beautiful. The very scene opposition started condemning and start telling the people, say they might not sell on this table. The Unity Party was sending people down Wallace, telling the people, say they might not sell on the table the government put there for them. And some of you started abandoning the table because of politics. You abandoned the table. You came right back on the same road. You started selling on the road. But because the government was more about you, the government could not use her here and send people there to go beat you and take you from the street. The government said, but we spend thousands of dollars in constructing these things to get your shelter and everything. You say now you get a little table, you get something on it, you got a little space, you can put in there. The baby manner, you can put your baby wee on that very table there. They say now you spend your day there, you're going, you're come back. Decency, they play clean and everything, nothing on the road. The scene tables that are on the road, we replace them on the sidewalk, we build them. Nice. Unity Party people go tell the police, you don't say on the table, the government does, the government down, the government does, they everything. Your king back on the road. Now, and you mind the politics, you jump behind them. Rescue it. So rescue come now. Rescue king, instead of a rescue I met you on the table that the CDC left, they were not going to do anything to you. Because the same rescue told you to abandon this table and come on the road, and you're listening to them. You came on the road, right? So now rescue going back for you now on that road. Rescue not giving you alternative. That rescue has built something nice for you somewhere to say, okay, you move from here. The one CDC they were not correct, but the one you will not do your count on this side. I hope you're listening. I decided to have this conversation, this soul session conversation. Sometimes we can't be about the politics all the time, but let's just do this. Sometimes you're sharing some of the problems that you have as people. Liberians need to start thinking. But we'll come to where we talk about the comparative analysis. So the same rescue that told you to abandon CDC tables, come on the road. Now the same rescue sending police people behind you today, beating your Macklin Street, Randall Street, Ashmore Street, Waterside. They're beating you, confiscating your goods, stealing them. Police officers are stealing your goods and things from you. Oh yeah, you are not complaining now because we decided that we will not talk because this is what you wished for. But we know, right? the pinch of all that, you start to feel it just way it coming for you. Your rent will soon be due. Your children's school fee be coming, right? Then you will know yourself. Then when these things start happening, your one or two friends get in the rescue mission. When all of you get plenty, you start begging them for money. You say you can beg too much. You see why in life independence is good? You be independent, even if that cold water is selling to take care of yourself is good. But by the time you stop that cold water selling, you start going beg people now for money. Your independence now turn to dependence. Now, when the people start getting overwhelmed, now all of you start going motorcyclist, all of you that put up and say, oh, that picking it, all of you start baking. More Alina will start changing their number. Amos Tour, you will not see them already. Already, you're not seeing it. You won't see Amos Tour. Most likely, you go to the casino, you see. But the time the men can go to the casino, you can be sleeping. So you see, that way you brought that they play with air, right? I mean, our country is in a terrible state. Those who are religiously sufficiently religious, you need to pray for Liberia. You need to pray for the thinking psyche of Liberians, right? The people that say your mom on the Sunday, you come on the road, the people going for you. And we are not saying don't remove people, but what have you done for the people that you are taking bread from their mouths, from their table? You are putting them into what? You are putting them into prostitution. This is equal to, because most of the street sellers down water side here are women. Our sisters, who some of them, they had children by some men, they abandoned them, and they have not given up on their lives. They did not say, oh, because of this experience, we'll give up on our life. They are single mothers down there struggling. Why is the government so insensitive? Why are there so wicked people in the government? Because they have their children abroad going good schools. So they do not care about your reality, the day-to-day reality of the ordinary people out there. What kind of government take decision ignoring the reality of its citizens? Are you not aware that these are single mothers out there? Are you not aware? Are you not aware that these are grannies out there taking care of their grandchildren? They have to come out there. They sell slippers, they sell jean trousers, they sell all kind of auction things, and then they get small thing for themselves. They will go to the fuller shop, the Lebanese shop. They go take the jeans. They come outside there. They sell it. They get small profit. At the end of the day, that's what they take home to feed their families. You rescue officials, you are not responsible for them. Some of you are paying 100,000 homes right now, 500,000 homes, 200,000 homes. Mr. Barker, the people do not have access to that. The people means of survival, you're sending your police there to go terrorize them. And you think all of us should close our mouth. No, we will not do it. We are in sympathy with them. They are our people. They are our people. But look, my people, y'all listening this morning. If somebody in Waterside, Red Light, Douala, y'all put your speaker up, y'all open it wide because we'll get your instruction. When the government reaches this point, there's a point where the citizens have a role to play. We'll tell you this morning. Y'all will know. Right? What the citizens, you think government operating isolation? No. Everybody have their own part to play. The government there, the people there. So we'll also tell you the people power. The government has power. The people also have their power. And we'll tell you the law. We're not coming to say that because selling both fee on more end, they will get checked and all, so everything should be okay. We will not tolerate those nonsense and arrogance from these liars in power. Yeah, all liars, bunch of liars, thieves, criminals. Your records are there. Your records are there. So how are you coming and putting our people into poverty and you expect us to shut up? So look at what's happening to you down Waterside. Right? And some of them, the way they justify it is that, oh, when they go to Abidjan, Dakar, Accra, Kumasi, they see the streets are clean, people are not selling on the streets and all that. But guess what? Like, people know this. You know the difference between the residents of Accra and you? or the citizens of Ghana and you, in order for the people of Ghana's street to be like that, it started from their decision in forming government or electing government. Anything you envision in your country, right? You don't have to send police. No. It starts from what? Leadership, governance. The way you take decision on who you elect as president, representative, senator. In Ghana, Delon Quality will not be senator. Delon, that's my friend. But trust me, because Delon rose to the Senate through lies, deceptions, just coon the entire place. So the people will make decision on who becomes president, who becomes vice president, on the basis of the change that's in their head, the kind of change they want, the kind of society they envision. If they do not want people on the street selling, they will look in the platform of those vying for the presidency and see who has a constructive, progressive agenda that initiate a transformation. Because transformation are in sequence, are sequential. It's a process. It's not knee-jerk, but what's happening now is knee-jerk. You just jump in the street because you have authority and put police people there to terrorize your own people and get them off the street. It doesn't work like that because the government has no vision. The government has no sense of direction on what she actually wants to do. You, the people, are there. We are told motorcyclists are planning mass protests today or whenever. Why are they protesting? Motorcyclists were plying the streets during the United Party 12 years. The United Party frowned on them, condemned them, branded them as criminals, branded them as irresponsible, branded them as people responsible for the filthiness of Monrovia. And what did they do? They chased them out. They used their police pickups and vehicles, right? They will push them. They will use baton. They will beat motorcyclists. We told you that. We reminded you of that. The CDC came. The CDC embraced you, motorcyclists. The CDC relaxed its policy on you. The CDC did not do so because you were motorcyclist alone. No. The CDC did so because the CDC knew that the capacity of the government to create jobs at the time were not adequate. The government did not have the necessary means to absorb you, the motorcyclist, into other life activity to sustain yourself and your family. So the CDC said, the president said, relax the no-go zone. Relax the motorcycle policy. Let them plow. But organize them. The motorcyclists should work collaboratively with the government so that we minimize the motorcycle crimes. We minimize the thefts and other things. We minimize the accident. You all can be witnesses. The motorcycle activities 6 years ago versus the United Party 12 years, the number of accidents that we used to see reduced. Even the jacking bag reduced. I'm not saying they're not happening, but the level reduced. You saw an improvement in the attitude of the motorcyclists because the government decided to work with them. They are our citizens. These are not foreigners, right? This is their country. The government decided to partner with them and say, let's partner and design the most conducive mechanism under which you will ply a motorcycle, but at the same time respect the laws of the traffic and respect the rights of other road users, and of course, add to the value of the city. It was not sufficient. So what this government should have done is come in and improve it from where CDC left off. But no, you say we do not care. Once Gregory Como is RG now, everything is taken care of by the government. It makes sense to get the motorcyclists off. It's up to them. However way they can make life, that's their business. So what it's going to do eventually is going to increase armed robbery. is going to increase a lot of community crimes. This is where the government is pushing you to. So when you go out, you hustle, you come, your communities will be unsafe. Because mind you now, the motorcyclists are over 45 to 50 to 100 plus thousands across the country. Take them off the streets and put them in the community. Give them nothing to do. 1 week, 2 weeks, they will bear. But by the time their responsibilities start showing face, they will resort to what? To other things, other means to sustain themselves and sustain their families. And when they resort to those means of sustenance, some of those means will be counterproductive to your safety and protection in the communities. What happens? Armed robbery, crime, drugs peddling increase, right? Prostitution increase. And all these things will start happening. Is this the rescue the government promised? Is this what the government promised you are going to do for us, for our country? And you all sitting there, you're folding your hand. You think that only motorcycle or motorcyclist issue? No. You think that only motorcycle? The initial decisions and action taken by this government is created. It has the ability, the potential to plunge Liberia into instability. And if the government is acting irresponsible and reckless in decision making, it becomes our prerogative to remind the government to be responsible. To let the government know that not because you're the government means you can do anything, just anything. It does not work that way. As much as you know you've been doing just anything, you can make appointment anywhere, you can make appointment anyhow. And so these motorcyclists, I'm told, are planning a mass protest action today. Where I do not know. But this is going to cause disruption in the local economy. This is going to cause disruption in the movement of people. Maybe they are sick patient going from one place to the other, they will be disrupted. You see why an irresponsible government is not good to bring an irresponsible government to bed? And you did that because you were lied to, you were fooled. Say, oh, rescue. These people look like rescuers to you. The people who wreck us are there. You call them rescuers, right? The people who look at over 300 executive protection service guys and dismiss them. And we are also told leave them with their weapons and put them out in the street, endangering the life and the safety of all of us. Endangering the life and safety of all of us. You know, when we told you that Mr. Bwaka has brought lots and lots of vindictive and irresponsible people into government, some of you see it just as ordinary opposition rhetorics or comments. But now, remember we've been telling you about this same gay man, right? Who comes on social media and brags about his education and where he has been to and all that. We told you that this man has demonstrated the highest degree of unprofessionalism and irresponsible actions and decisions. When this man did a communication and published it and put it out in the public on the right of the former president to an executive protection and started justifying it with all kinds of stupid things that in his head, right? We warned that this man, if Mr. Bwaka wants to make progress, Mr. Bwaka must get such a toxic character from around his cycle. Mr. Bwaka, he does not need a toxic individual like Sam Gay. Sam Gay actions and decisions are unprofessional, they are political. And political decisions most often are not rational. They are bereft of logic and rational thinking. So for the country, and in such a critical role, to have this man who has been overwhelmed with his political hate and displeasure is dangerous for even the president's safety. Y'all did not listen. They will say, oh, the man have been critical, blah, blah, blah. No. Another confused young man who also seems to be regretting his action, that's supporting the rescue people, but they will come all small. About would just tell you in advance when they real time they will show themselves. Right now, This unprofessional same gay man is being brought to check by Emmanuel Gwonkwe. And about a day or so ago, Emmanuel Gwonkwe posted, after that EPS, this made EPS action with the police and all that. And I'm going to read. Emmanuel Gwonkwe posted, he said, EPS same gay is proceeding wrongly. Folks, what did we tell you from the get-go? That Gwonkwe was proceeding wrongly. Right? And same gay was proceeding wrongly, and his actions were uncalled for. So now, Brother Gwonkwe, a member of the Confused Rescue Mission, has recognized and realized that. And he wrote this piece. So the EPS same gay is proceeding wrongly. It goes on further. I was excited about the nomination of same gay by the president of Liberia as director of the Executive Protection Service, EPS, based on his profile. And see, some of these profiles are even doctored. But it's now clear to me that a profile from a well-structured organization and environment is not enough to determine the ability of the person in a complex working environment. Though he might have worked in the US and in the sub-region, but his recent conduct of leadership in the EPS is troubling and is creating more risks. And you see, folks, we told you, we want this thing when same gay started doing anything, we sat down and say, oh, the way the man proceeding is unprofessional and not correct for the VIP protection. It's not correct for the VIP protection of our president and other VIPs in the country. Gwonkwe from the Confused Rescue is admitting. He said, though he might have worked in the US and in the sub-region, but his recent conduct of leadership in the EPS is troubling and is creating more risks for the presidency. Folks, we told you. You say, oh, we're in political. At this point, I can only say that he is unfit to manage complex security operations around the presidency. Oh, you wanted to hear from Gwonkwe? Or Gwonkwe, when we're saying it, why you did not come to say, oh, yeah, the thing Freedom FM folks saying that true. Right? Truth be told, it is totally wrong to outrightly terminate the services of 300 servicemen with experience in the usage of guns in the society without any transitional plan on associated risk management. Since, according to Gay, they are trying to manage small and effective agents, they should have instead directed these 300 dismissed agents to the LDEA that is about to recruit about 2,000 agents, but not to just drop them on the flimsy charge that they were wrongfully recruited. Let him Gay and his political masters, and that Bwaga is talking to, detecting the cause of his current dismissal action, know that in the game of politics, there is no permanent enemy. Your enemy of yesterday can become your loyal supporter of today, depending on how you approach issues surrounding them. We can risk the security of the state in the name of reforms that are not practical within the contemporary environment. President Joe Biden has done more aimed at achieving government's 100-day deliverables, which require proper communication, and such progress shouldn't be beclouded by negative approaches to issues such as Gay is needlessly doing with the EPS. And also, so are few other politically unconscious officials of government. There is no need for rush now because we do not have the right economic message yet for our people. Some reform messages have to be communicated, and a gradual approach should be taken before full implementation. You call them CDC folks, and we call them Liberians. Treat them as Liberians and allow them to see the bigger picture about need to reform the system for effective protection. Sam Gay was even rude towards me the other day at the president. That one I have personal issue. For the record, we will shortly begin exposing government officials that are creating early missteps for this new administration. Remember, Joe Barker is now president for all. We support governmental reforms, but let the war go forth. That we will only embrace reforms that are guided by superior political logic, that support the president's message on reconciliation. To put it bluntly, Gay's timing of things with the EPS as just wrong. The coming revolution. Folks, you see? So we come here, we tell you, we do organic, impartial, objective analysis of happenings and trends in the country with regard politics and governance. And we told you, if Mr. Barker means well, if these actions are not his sanction action, he has to get rid of Sam Gay. Sam Gay must find somewhere to go settle his score with anybody he has problem with. You don't use our government office to do that. So, folks, these are the conversations, right? And you see the noise all over the country. But Austin has joined us already. So let me bring on Mr. Kawa, and then we will pick in on this one here and proceed with the motorcyclist conversation. The Nimba election thing is something, and we make it up to 10 o'clock. So let me bring my brother Austin. Good morning.
Let me say good morning to you, Abu, and let me say good morning to all of you who've joined us this morning from across the country. We're excited that our friends in the diaspora, all of our followers who've joined us this morning as we interact with you in the public. The country is not good. The country is not stable. Liberians are angry, and we too are disappointed. And there are too many things that we are going to start supporting. We're going to have positions on too many things, because if we don't do this, it means our country is going to just, I don't want to use the worst word, but it's going to spoil, damage, get destroyed. Destroyers are in charge of the country. So it means Liberia is in a disaster. And that's why some of us, even if we get better, okay, even if we have 2 seconds to engage, we will do that. We're going to utilize the 2 seconds to speak to the consciousness of our people. And so it's good to be here this morning, Abu. I was following the conversation about this whole same gay and the motorcyclists and all of that. And it's good that the head of the union is here. Okay. And so we're going to have a conversation, a joint conversation, when we decide to place emphasis on the motorcyclist issue. So Chokon is here. But I said this initially on this whole EPS thing, Abu. It's good that you read what came from Emmanuel Conquer. And I'm trying to pull this reminder from the EPS. You see, when you have the HR of the EPS resigning, it means, or it says a lot.
Troubling signs.
Now, what many do not know about this HR who just resigned from the EPS,
you be saying everything
is that the HR who just resigned from the EPS was the HR to Sam Gay. When Sam Gay was head of the EPS, Sam Gay was the last EPS director under the Unity Party.
Correct.
He was the same Gay served as EPS director under Unity Party. He was the last EPS director.
That's correct.
When he was EPS director, the current if I resign HR was his HR.
Apparently, either he brought that HR or he met that HR there.
Yeah.
But he was comfortable working with that
him.
HR.
When CDC won the election and Chokon Roberts took over, Chokon did not touch the HR.
No,
Chokon retained him for 6 years as HR. So, to be more simplistic, I say Chokon retained Same Gay's HR. Chokon did not feel insecure with Same Gay HR.
Work with him.
So Chokon worked with Same Gay HR for 6 years. He inherited him from the United Party and worked with him. Same Gay now is feeling insecure with the HR that he worked with before at the EPS. And the same Gay now is giving instruction. This is the most popular movement for Same Gay in his entire life. He has never been popular like the way he is. Not popular but famous. Like the way he is. The way people talking Same Gay, never. Same Gay was EPS director on Eddie. Did you hear his name one day?
No.
There are too many of you who do not even know that Same Gay was EPS director or was the last EPS director under the United Party regime. Because why? He was sitting there in his corner and doing what Eddie wanted him to do. Today, when you elect a sleepy old rusty man whose brain is very rusty, that does not know what's happening around him and does not even have the capacity to even know what's happening around, that's the result you get from people the Same Gay. Because Same Gay will do anything they want to do because there is a rusty brain who's in charge of our country as president.
So nobody bringing him in charge.
No. But Same Gay could not do these things under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because she, as old as she was strong psychologically to know or to be curious to know what's happening around her. Even if she would know what's happening around her and decide to embrace it, whether wrong or right, but she knew what was happening around her. Joe Biden is as rusty as anything, so he doesn't have the capacity to know what's happening around him. So Same Gay are abusing this opportunity, this space, and doing what they want to do.
A weak man.
Because there's a rusty brain man we have as president. So Same Gay, they are abusing this opportunity. And some of you think we're stupid. We just sit down and don't say anything. Let me frank. So most of you now do not even know that Same Gay was EPS director. But he was EPS director. The last EPS director for this country under UP was Same Gay. Why didn't we hear Same Gay?
Why you were hearing? The president?
No, because there was an Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that was dictating to tell you what to do. This is what I want.
Now how sleepy president there.
Today, you take 79-year-old man, not just that he's 79 years old, but his brain is rusty. Jeremiah could say a brain going down a drain. That's what I can say. So you take him a main president. What do you get from that man?
It brings down.
You will see people the Same Gay there doing anything they want to do.
The man whole brain in the valley. You can't make the man president.
That's what you do. So we wanted this thing and we got it for ourselves. So I don't blame people that Same Gay. But what we can say here is that exactly what Same Gay wants, there are people in the country who are prepared to give it to him. You take over close to 300 persons, you raise them, say you train them to shoot gun, to protect VIPs, to shoot VIP, and you say you're going to sit down home.
300.
Don't do nothing. Just sit down home with your skill, your shooting skill, your VIP protection skill. Sit down home, don't do nothing.
Then he left the man with a weapon. You saw the man displaying weapon.
So you don't take the weapon from them. You only issue them letter. You say you're going to sit down home. Is Same Gay okay upstairs? That you issue servicemen 3 armed personnel, you issue them a letter of dismissal. Then you say you go sit down. You carry your gun, you carry your training, you carry your tactics, you go sit down. They are going to add to the AFL personnel that Prince Johnson dismissed from the military. They're going to add to those people. They're going to add to the people who were witch hunted and left their jobs too. They're going to add to them. They're going to add to the motorcyclists who were losing revenues after you force them to pay taxes. You say, don't do business here, do business here. They are going to there. So same again, is that normal? Power has entered that man's head and brain. He's drunk.
And I blame Bwaka.
He's drunk. Sure. So we blame Bwaka because Bwaka, who is supposed to be in charge, is not. His brain very rusty. He's not in charge. So anything else, any man the same game can do anything.
Everybody just doing their own thing.
Imagine a Prince Moyi going to lay coordinator crack complaint to Joseph Bwaka say, oh, we recommended the woman as deputy minister for health for administration, coordinator crack Roger Domani and put it there as deputy minister.
Because Nimba said, and all the way MTR people do everything, Prince Moyi name came out.
Sure. So just imagine that a senator will go and complete a coordinator crack. So at the end of the day, what does it say to you? That Joe, we have a Joe that has rusted brain. He's not making decision of his own. He doesn't even know what's happening around. So every Tom, Dick, and Harry is just making decision around. As the witch.
Oh yeah, and what I think the state needs redemption.
We're a mess.
However, but the state need to be redemption.
And that is why we are going to support every action that people, victims, decide to take. When the motorcyclists feel disenchanted, when they feel that their rights are being trampled upon, and they want to take civil action, we will support them. If those who are being witch hunted on their jobs decide to take to the streets, we will support them. If people with 10 jobs decide to go to court or go anywhere, we support them because you are proceeding wrongly. So we support victims of Bwaka wrong governmental approach. Your governance approach is wrong. Look at what's happening today. One other one sitting down in executive mansion called Sylvester Grisby. You tell that man where it was 8 years now, he said that to read one paper and condense it and comprehend it. 1 year, 7 years plus. He not sit down to do any formal thing. You tell him he said go sit down in executive mansion to run the whole country. He's sitting there doing stupid thing that does not even make sense.
Sending letter to Lebanese people to
begging
for money,
robbing people, intimidating people
using the Minister of State letter
to get money, using executive mansion and getting money from people, all around enriching himself. This is the country we have. Let me tell you something. You see, the reason why some of us spoke the way we spoke during the campaign is because we knew we were going to have this kind of Liberian under Joe Bwaka. And the fact that we predicted this kind of Liberian under Joe Bwaka and y'all did not listen, now that we have this kind of Liberia that we predicted, we are going to stand on the other side of the victims under Joe Bwaka. Somebody said, why the EBM go sit down on radio and go take out a gun to show a gun? That evidence. So why send get and take a gun from the man? You send people to somebody on radio, you send police officer, EPS officer, police officers to walk to a radio station. And that's how I was telling one of my colleagues just now on the phone. We were having a conversation about the possibility of celebrating World Press Freedom Day. I was saying, what do we have to celebrate? What do we have to celebrate? I was saying, when Joe Bwaka he's very uneasy with everybody who will decide to criticize or critique him. He's very uneasy. He supports every action by the police, the joint security that will decide to go after critical voices. He supports that. He wants the most terrified, the most terrible man to hear the NSA. What kind of person will be looking for the most wicked man?
It ain't making sense.
The most wicked man in the world. He said, I want the wickedest person.
On your own citizen.
In a man. What kind of look at him will be and tear him all with nerve? That person I want to send to NSA. What kind of president will be looking for that kind of quality?
Man will get
to hear NSA.
Get death squad, get people that can do killings all over the place.
This was so this whole Liberia thing. Liberia is just a complete, well-structured mess under Joe Bwaka. There's nothing you're going to get from Liberia It's a structural mess. Baka has structured Liberia as a mess. That you're not going to get anything good out of this country because it's a well-established structural mess. The whole country. Those of you in the diaspora, y'all can't Liberia. You're there arrive at the airport. You will know whether the thing we're talking that lie or that true. You will know, you all will get to realize that Liberia is a structural mess. Under Joe Baka. There's no freedom. People, look at when somebody came on a disguise. People who where protesters used to appear on television, appear everywhere, go to protest, nobody gets arrested, nothing. Parties will be passing around giving people water to drink. Today, go protest. The police will invade UL and they will discharge loud bullets. Go protest in Ginjao. The police will discharge loud bullets and kill 5 persons and will refuse to conduct an investigation. They will protect the company, the perpetrators. But you say we should just sit down. Okay, every morning we can sit and say Liberia good. Liberia is the best place in the world. Liberia is a great country. They just said this far. But in your own mind, you know that Liberia is not the best place. But you just want us to say it because you are a unity partisan or you are a UP supporter or you are a Baka fanatic. So we should say Liberia is the best place to be. Why should I tell you that West Point is like Beverly Hills? Imagine me sitting there and telling you West Point is like Beverly Hills in the US. Don't you think I'll be making mockery out of West Pointers? When the people themselves, me myself, I know that West Point is not even close in the position that is close to becoming Beverly Hills. Then I tell you, say West Point is the Beverly Hills in the US. But some of you want us to say that. You want us to say Liberia is great. Liberia is a great country. Who told you by saying Liberia is a great country makes Liberia a great country? No, it does not. Who told you by celebrating Joseph Baka makes Joseph Baka a better president? It doesn't. You see that? Okay, you didn't want George Rihanna. But Cummings has equal capacity and far way better capacity than Joe Baka to run the country.
Simple. And
so why you didn't give Cummings now?
We say, okay, in the West case, in the West case, you want Joe Rihanna, but be going for Cummings and some other people on the ticket. But now a Baka, we change all Baka profile and we predicted what Baka would have done, how Baka government would be. They will let a Baka work with for 12 years.
Rejected him.
Will not approve Baka for president. Then are you sit down, you say you get rescued from there? Eh? You all put us into the mess. And some of you motorcyclists will have your pictures here. You put green leaf on you, you want rescue. What other rescue you wanted as a motorcyclist? Allow you to plow the street and make money for yourself and your family. Reduce the cost of plying motorcycle in the country, right? Drop your registration requirements and everything just to give you life. Then you stood up against that government. Not even for a better alternative, but for the worst thing that ever happened to this country is Baka. Because I'm not sure if there's any Liberian that have spent 40 plus years in active service and cannot afford meter for their house. That human cost have to rally people, pay money, put current in house. I'm not sure. So, but
everything will tell you that the man is an irresponsible person. He has been irresponsible.
All that may understand. The man who was selling cold water to the house.
Cold water.
So the worst thing that's happened to this country is Mr. Baka, and Mr. Baka himself knows that.
The man can tell you, say, our man from the New York Times said, he said from the day Joe Baka publicly said that he was living on loan. He said, in his time, where they can have time election to he said, in his time, nobody will prefer him for leadership. So to spend the number of years in public service and come to the public and say he's living on loan. He said nobody will prefer you. That's how we decide leaders. That's how we know responsible and irresponsible leader. All Joseph Baka children, he married children, he also children, all of them were born in government job. They were born on government job. They grew on government job, went to school on government job. They are still surviving on government job. This man has achieved nothing outside of government. Even the lay her in high and we had like upgraded now in became president. When the Baka upgraded us,
There's government.
And when you begin president.
Oh, yeah, there's government check to everything.
So see whether Mayor Levy as vice president for 12 years, that was after 32 years of public service, and then begin vice president for 12 years. So at 12 to 32, and at 44 years. So tell me, 44 years in public service at that time, that man was living down there. When you talking, you say, but I was not stealing. That's not lie.
Oh, yeah.
That's not true.
You
So
don't even have to
everything. What kind of man? Everything you ever achieve in your life on government job, taxpayers' money, everything. You have to back as a bank, put the one thing. Even the woman you marry, the way you got the woman that you get, the way the time you marry her, the money you spend to marry her, the children that you born, the money you spend to pay that school fee to go to school. Everything you and your entire family, immediate family achieve. Just tell us our government, where did you get money from? You not point to A.
In your own country that they kind of make
sure, but just say that better kind of man
president
who achieved everything in his life on taxpayers and denigrating the people who are surviving us our government.
Countries can make the cream de la cream president in their respective area, the cream de la cream in their profession.
And you tell liability and bring it to us.
In wherever they were, the cream de la cream. But you don't look for lifetime liabilities, lifetime parasites. And you make them president. You are portraying to the world that in our small country, the best human being we have here are this man. And then when they go into that man profile, they see dependence, they see liabilities, parasitic life, not doing anything for himself, not doing anything.
And then when you talk to the man, he points to Lacra. At the time with LPMC, every time Baka talk, Baka's only comment. As I said, yeah, I said, why you think Baka can always mention or reference LPMC over LPRC? Imagine who will serve government, LPRC, LPMC, when he's always referencing LPMC over LPRC.
You're not even doing anything.
As I said,
you're selling cocoa.
Yeah, as I said,
selling
yeah.
Cocoa.
So as I say, they may serve LPMC. This man serve LPRC. Why every time he take Joe Baka and public service, then he told him a reference LPMC and not LPRC? Just ask yourself. There's a reason for that. Because Baka left nothing. He gave nothing to government. He gave nothing to government. That Baka yesterday say their policy here. I introduce this policy in government. That all we say you must show building, you should show road, you should show town hall in Wasonga. We don't show nothing, no infrastructure. We keep infrastructure also our Baka's achievement in public service. That Baka point the one policy, say the policy here that I initiated this policy when I was in public service.
Yeah, and the country
and this is how it benefited the country. That Baka point to it. He can. They did Baka point to one policy that he initiated in public service and point to the benefits or tell the benefit that Liberia got as a result of his innovation or as a result of his policy he introduced in public service, then we clap for Baka. He had nothing to show. That man is have been born a man as a liability. They said, you, Joe, we born you today as a liability to Liberia. You will go to school free to CWA. The government will pay your school to CWA. We take your CWA, will carry the UL. You will go to school free in UL on government.
Then you
thank you. Yeah. Your survival will be free on CWA camera. They will buy you food to eat free. You see that you go to UL, you will go to school free on UL campus, you will eat free on UL campus, everything will be free for you on UL campus, the taxpayers' money will pay for it. You will live on there, you will go, they will give you a job in government, and government will pay you for everything. What's that? And the man, he had never been a smart person. He was not doing CWA. He won the UL, he was not among the best five. At UL.
Baka smart. You know what?
He didn't graduate honor a year. So why about them one man that people just favor the grace of God, just be carrying. Then you want to see as one as one guy. Then he want extra person.
They make him act quiet and and he can, but the thing about Baka is not altogether a humble man because he's vindictive. So but Baka keeps his things in him when he is at the point of disadvantage. When he gets advantage, then he pays back. That's how Baka been operating. So every time Baka has a goal, he comes around you, like Austin, you start serving you say, oh Baka, then you gain opportunity. That's how Baka been going. People can make way in life by all means. You struck a point about born liability. Somebody from the US called me the narrator a story.
Yeah.
About the Baka man. From Wonsonga into Sierra Leone, what the other town there.
Oh yeah, we any your privilege the money.
Right.
Oh yeah, I think we want our life. I'm blackie. All of you,
you're just wasting your time.
Yeah, we any your privilege.
Because some of you decide to be stupid.
So you're blacking.
You're not responsible for your stupidity. If you sit down, your country, your brothers, your family, your relative are being suppressed in their own country, and you sit down, you can justify that one. You say because you rescue supporter, you are stupid, and we are not going to apologize for your stupidity, right? So you can't be cussing, right? The people that down water side that they taking off the road, that they ain't get a place to sleep. The people who's burning, you sorry for them. You sit down, one president is there taking ill decisions that are retrogressing the country, retrogressing individuals in the country. The progress, right, that people have accrued over the period have been reversed because of ill decisions. And this may bring narcissists in his government who are witch hunting people and are only bent on settling political scores. Is that what our country is supposed to be paused and witnessing? We say no. And then you come here, you show your indiscipline, your lack of basic home training. You can't on national platform. And all you have to offer is insults. Like Austin said, we want to discontinue your privilege. We are not responsible for the ill manner in which you were trained or brought up. But we'll help to correct it. We'll help your family. Even though your family fail on you and you come in publicly, you're displaying that, we'll help to correct it. We'll help to save the war from your national, your family embarrassment.
I get 3%. So imagine everybody watching, all the hundreds of people watching, 3% get this agreement. So we just black then, our man, we talk to the motor. You guys need to listen to the motorcyclists, their concerns. You guys think Liberia or play because all the people you see supporting Joe Baka, I had two relatives that are supporting Joseph Baka in America. They get the other one job. He came down. He rejected the job and go to America. I said, but what happened? He said he want a job again. Yeah. Why you want a job? Not the job as the job. The environment is toxic for him. He does not feel comfortable in the UP environment because too many things he's talking about. Oh, the people, UP day, the other person will be doing the one, the men are in charge, you give carry issues to the men, they make him listen, they maintain everything, all the Cornelia, maintain all the grace, you go to grace, the Cornelia, all kind of things. Me, for that thing, he go by America and say, if you're making $6 per hour, they don't come here and come here. So this is, for some of you, being out of this country, some 10 years, some 5 years, some 13 years. You don't even know what Liberians are going through in this country. So you think it's all rosy or it's all good because that's Joe Baka.
Sit on there, you say,
that's what you think.
We are giving the reflection of what's happening to
Let me tell you something. We say you don't disagree with us. We welcome your disagreement with us because we have to disagree. That's democracy, right? But in your disagreement, when Baka is placed in wheelchair all day at his house when he's home, and we can't tell you, when you go to the hall, you confirm it, you can say, even though they support him also. But the things they can say, that reality, that true. When we tell you, Baka brain is rusty, before we say that, Kun was the first person to say that, before he even began running mate to Joe Baka. His own vice president, before becoming vice standard bearer to him, said it on recording. That the man is always brain is going down the drain. So we say these things to you that reality is painful. When somebody, immediately when you shot, and somebody look at the shot me, move your shot self from here. That thing in here. It can be hurting you because the person lying on you. It can be hurting you because they may tell you the reality that you shot. You don't like the fact that you shot. That's what they may tell you, and you get it vexed. That's the issue with you people. Baka brain is rusty. That you're not one year. It hurting you. But the reality is, Mr. Baka is old, his brain is rusty, he's not psychologically strong, nothing. He's drained. He's old and weary. He can't be president. He can't run the country. And that's the reality. You just accept it. I know it is painful, and I apologize to you all for pinning you on a Monday. But you just accept it, say, okay, even though we are pinned by what Abu and Austin talking, but we just have to accept it that Baka is an old and rusty brainy man that cannot govern this country. A brain, weak, sick, rusty. It can't comprehend anything. It can't contain anything. Nothing can contain.
Even the application of carbon rain.
No,
it can't save
it.
Brain from erosion.
They tell the man they put you on battery. The battery is not helping him. He goes in the put him in wheelchair all day home. They feed him, they bathe him, they practically dress him and brings him and sets him down in the executive mansion and takes pen and put pen in his hand and take picture with him and let him signing something. When he essence he's not signing anything. They may never use pen say he became president to sign any document.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
They don't want to be fake. You want also be faking anything. They may not help pen to write anything in your whole last say he became president. You never help use pen to sign any document say he became president. They say we should fake it.
Before they put camera on the man, they can package
him, put him together.
Pour sponge behind him, do the one straight in there.
Then you can't tell us I can't be joking with our country. Baka 79-year-old, you know our ages. You know our ages, and we should support something that will endanger our lives, our survivability tomorrow. No, we can't do that. We can do that. As long as Baka is president, we tell him what we have to tell him. Because we can't go kill him. We can't go do nothing to him. We just have to criticize him and chastise him for doing the wrong thing. That's all we can do because he's already president.
And if he vests, let you do the right thing.
Simple. Very simple. If he vests and you're very telling him Baka do the right thing. Baka starts to do the right thing. We have nothing to criticize, right?
More Grace Bay. Grace Bay is not contributing anything. Grace Bay has commercialized the executive mansion. People are buying positions.
Running to him.
It's clear. The man is using the letterhead to extort from people. Why you reduce the country to that kind of extent? Then you are elevating partisanship in the government when you're supposed to be the beacon of reconciliation, the beacon of harmony. As the elders in town, you're the president, the oldest to be elected president in our country history, and you're turning to be the worst to be president in our country history. In no time, everything has eroded, disintegrated. The country is left in tatter. No understanding. Everything is haywire. Absolutely everything has gone loose. Every sector. Whether it's education, we're not hearing anything about reforms in the education. We're not hearing anything about the health sector. Homes, hospitals, people are dying because electricity can't come on. They are not stable. You know what's happening? You know how many? Wait, let the report come. You see the number of mortality death that will be reported. Infant mortality. Right?
People
giving birth, electricity go out. People are under operation, electricity goes out. And you sit down there, you say we should spoon feed Baka because you're in America and you supported Baka. Hell no. Who cares about who you supported? The days of support are over. This is the time to govern. And Baka must wake up from his slumber. Even though I do not believe that Baka is capable of waking up. Baka only need to excuse the presidency and allow the country to flow. Because you cannot keep the country hostage for the comfort of a dysfunctional old man.
We don't support you. We don't support you. We'll talk to Chukma, you said? Okay. Don't give the presidency to CDC. You won the election, you defeated CDC, but you have a Jeremiah Kun as your vice president. Resign, step down, and turn the presidency over to him. Then he won the country.
Incapable of
Very
running
simple.
the country. I'm not sure a young, knowledgeable Jeremiah Kun will sit there and allow a same gay and
to do the nonsense
he's doing right now. They will bring him to check. Everybody is doing their own thing. And you know what people will say? That you know how much I contributed for the campaign? The other somebody say he didn't want you to supply the man rest. We are seeing trouble in the country.
Yeah, well, Jala, I'm telling you, Jala Josie, budget even submit the budget said our problem for them. This is terrible, yeah.
People working, they're not taking pay.
We just our whole country just put it in, yeah. We put it in disaster. Jesus. Let's talk the motorcycle. This morning I was driving from home to town. You already called me. So Abu called me and said, "My man, where are you?" I said, "I'm around Freeport." He said, "Jen knows you're not doing show today. Because if you're around Freeport, you can make it for the show." I said, "Why?" He said, "My man, the traffic, the road, the water, the whole place. So just that 2 hours plus you spend in the traffic. So I had to detour through the community. Fortunately for me, plenty people didn't realize that strategy. So I passed through.
Yeah.
Easy. Imagine I passed you, but see when I came on the show. But that man said, in the first 100 days, no car will get stuck on a major road. That is, the cars are being stuck because of the road. No, I want them more.
Now when more can stock out.
But when you have even a multi-million-dollar company LPRC cars are getting stuck.
Days too, they said they will clean all our
drainages
for water to flow freely.
We pass 80 days.
Yeah.
See what happening.
Why do we have water down there? This is a lying government. You just lie about everything.
So I sorry for the people, the students. Today I had to take 3 or 4 employee people I didn't know from anyway. You know they were coming to work. So I just stuck out Joshua and just said, I got space in my car. You want to go internet. I had to just go in the car. One day it's a banker. A banker from SRB. Imagine that person is a cashier. I think she was going single area to the branch in single. Imagine that there is a cashier or a teller. Her counter will be vacant for over 1 hour in her work time because of the crisis. Why? They say under the parking or on registered vehicle or something that thing they explain. So they tested Jawan and decided to park that vehicle. Motorbike people decided to park their bags because they say so. Like, first question I can ask you, Chokon, so welcome. Like, first question I can ask you.
The organization. What people gotta go to where they're rescuing car for Taylor, Healer.
But when you go in the pool and see how many defective vehicles in the pool, no leg. My man, welcome. How was the weekend?
Well, thank God for life. The weekend was okay. It's just that we are not happy as motorcyclists. Our source of income is about to be taken away from us. The government is attempting to put us in larger poverty to strangulate us, and so we are not too okay. But by the grace of God, we have life, and so we are grateful to God.
Did you order your guys to park all their motorbikes? Because the number of people I saw in the streets today, they said no motorbike to even come to town.
So
all the junctions jam packed.
Since the police announced the restriction on our people, we have agreed that today we are going to be coming up to in protestation to call on our government because it is not something that to say the government is doing us any favor. Probably the government did not think about the aftermath of the decision. When the government called us at the Liberia National Police as presidents of favor unions, for some of us we disagree with them. We disagree with the police director. The police director said that he wanted the union to collaborate with the police to work in harmony. What spoiled the conversation was when the police director talked about the restriction on us. And so some of the guys would he think he could use to sign, I know what he referred to as resolution, not taking into consideration the vast majority
resolution was to agree for you to leave the streets.
The police did it smartly.
Okay, so I want to understand how many unions were represented in that.
The guy who signed that resolution is called John S. Keon. He was appointed as the head of the rescue motorcyclists. I think you can recall during the campaign time. And so he feel that the best that could be the best, because he one of also
his government puppet.
Yeah, his government puppet. So he had been used to sign the resolution. And so if he laid to the police director, he did not call the union name. He said the union is about to sign a resolution. So he did it on purpose, because to call John Keon name is almost like you calling Luther Tabet to sign resolution to take motorcycle. Okay, Keon disagree when there is a government, because John Keon is a Luther Tabet son. But that is not the issue. Our issue here is that we are asking the government to please.
No, but you can't answer my question. There's a reason why I want to know how many unions were represented there. 3, 2.
Well, we currently in the country we have 13 different unions, but the 13 unions have come together to form one federation, which is called the National Federation of Motorcycle and Tricycle Association, or NAFONTA. Okay, NAFONTA did not sign. NAFONTA rejected that offer.
So the federation did not sign.
The federation did not sign. What they did is that they used Form 2, which is their partner, to sign that resolution, and John Keon telephone number, a picture, and all relevant information as it relates to it, whereby will be displayed to the public so the motorcyclists can know the engineer behind their suppression.
Because you got a copy of the.
Just 1 minute. We're not showing the interview. We're not showing the interview for some other reason. Yeah. The guys have organized their protest, the nationwide protest, and for some other reason, that's why we're not showing him on the camera. So please bear with us. I'm not too many people they won't see the face, they won't see the face. So we're not showing a face for a reason. We have to be strategic.
So like I said, they use John Keon and others to sign the resolution, something that is very evil. So when we met with the police director, I told him.
And John was representing a union.
Yes, a union. And so they use him to sign it. He's currently in Nimba County, because he know what he did. He know the consequence. We motorcyclists, we don't joke. If you attempt to sell us, we will go for you. We don't joke. The issue is not about you go to Waka, President Waka give you one picker and you think that is okay, so you use us as a collateral. Do you know how many thousands of young people survive on motorbike? I mean, sometimes can't forget about Keon, because Keon is just a puppet. But let's think about the government that is supposed to be thinking about the consequence. Look, Sean brother, there is no university campus or school campus in this country you go to, you don't see a motorbike park. In fact, the major source of transportation in this country is motorcycle. Just leave the rural area, because the rural area by only motorbike guy. The major source of transportation in this country is motorcycle. And the government that's supposed to know these things will not consider the kind of embarrassment that they are putting on their citizens and the motorcyclists. Sometimes, like the last time when I appear at the center and somebody say, but I only motorbike, you can go do different things a lot. If the government bring joy, they will not tell you to leave motorbike. They will see the motorbike and park by itself. We want to work. We are educated. We have the capacity to work. We are not happy riding back, but this is the only opportunity that we have. This is our source of income. Do you expect us to go to one attention and be changing on the inside of for somebody that is not even making sense only because we want to beg them? No. The government will not reduce us to beg us. This bar that we ride is the source of income, is what we are surviving on, is what we are depending on to pay our rent and pay our children's school fee. We have family. We are not irresponsible as a thing. And so, for the government to be coming up with a high restriction on us, after collecting money from us, we register our bags. Right? The worst part about it is that the core Ministry of Transport is demanding us to insure our bag. Our people are heading to this evil regulation. Yesterday, they still not seeing our effort. The only option the police director have, the only way he think that he can be seen as the best police director is to infringe on our rights. And somebody think that Waka is doing us favor for us to ride on the road. No, he's not doing us favor. You know, go back to Article 13 of the 1986 Constitution. If Baka say we're not ride on the road, no car will ride on the road, then all war. We are clear. Baka got two options. He either take it back, give him a job, because I know he got a job here. 20 people probably, they over 200,000 young people are riding back. Maybe tomorrow the company coming, so they can just absorb all are riding back. So we'll take all the motor money, we'll carry it to him. But anything short of that, if the job are not provided, we will not leave the road. Either no car will ride or will be working in the country, we'll tell the job when they pull, or we're going to leave us so we can hustle. We're not big. Because you know that we are not protesting. The last time I saw United Party chairman, the chairman has people supposed to be going to for job. He was the one protesting for job. One more ever follow us. So for us, we believe that we don't have to get government until we get more about the ride. If Baka get plane to bring company, we appreciate it. But for now, we can't be setting for uncertain. We can't park our motorbike in clear suppression and violation of our right. Hoping on a job that we have not seen. No.
Now, so not rallying, not allowing you to ride to apply the major streets. What harm does it pose to you as the motorcyclist? People residing in the communities, they leave their communities and come to work, school, and everything. So they will go back home, they leave their home, they go back home, they're commuting. You can still pick them up from their junction, in the intersections, carry them inside, bring them to Douala, leave for the boulevard, for you. I'm told the Japan freeway is also available to you. You have to stop Freeport, but you can't come to town and all of that. So if you take people from really different places and stop them Freeport, Balanceville, all the places, just say they say don't come in town and stop Freeport and don't come in town. How dangerous is that to you?
It is very, very dangerous. Austin, this is the thing. The past government respected our right and gave us freedom. Respected the right of motorcyclists. For the 6 years of the past government, we were free riding back. Do you know what that did to the sector? It increased the number of people that are currently riding motorcycles. We have less number of motorcycle riding back during the 12 years of Ellen government. Why? Because of the evil regulation. Nobody want to take their 1,000, 1,500 and buy a motorball, and one policeman will catch it and carry the police academy and remain there and get ratting. We want to take that kind of risk. You do business for profit, right? So, because of their restriction that was lifted by past government, more young people see this sector as a means of getting the daily bread. More people are invested. We are getting 50% increment of young people today that are riding back. Even students who don't use it for commercial use, they are also using it for schooling purpose. You don't know? Go right here. The closer you know for the campus now, you'll see motorbike park there. You didn't park there because they're producing it there. No, there is a major source of transportation in this country. See, the cars can bring everybody. And we just choose to park our motorbike just for a day. Take for typical example during the inauguration, when they told us that for us not to car in the street. The people that were calling, were they motorcyclists? Were they not citizens? Was they not the citizens that were crying? That you were not easy. Why the government should ban? Why the government should stop motorcycle 1 week to the inauguration? So the issue, everybody is going to be affected, and that is the reason why even some of the people who support this government, they have been calling us in confidence. It's a yellow machine. Why you are saying is the right thing. We support you. Well, you know, we get our opinion and say, okay, thank you. Saying you're afraid that you will not lose your job, it is good. So they are called us in confidence. They know the number of threats they poses to us. See, there are some of our friends who were armed robbers, former food checkers, different things. They were involved with different funny attitudes. They were involved with different evil things. Because of the motorcycle, they have changed. They see this as a means to transform their life. They are currently riding back. The government should be taking the control of everything. That there are former ex-combatants today who see motorcycle as their own rescue. Or you won't come back to suppress them, you are going to remind them. See, every time I hear about this technical regulation, I think about the past days, where every criminal used to chase motorcyclists, the common criminals, treat them the cows, hit them with cars. That is why it's creeping into us, and we are not going to accept it.
And that's what we're trying to prevent.
We are trying to prevent that. We are going to do everything possible for the government to listen.
But
we are not going to submit.
Did he make this case why with the police RG in the meeting?
Chief, I made a case. We have made our case. We have reviewed this. You know, many people think motorcyclists are crazy or stupid people.
We are educated. Some of us that are riding back, we are not fools. We reduce our recommendation to the police through written communication. When they call us for meeting, we recommend it to the police, chief. If you say that you want to do this for our safety, we can talk to our people. We can compare them to wear helmet. They are willing to wear helmet 100%. Currently, as I speak, they are currently registering their motorcycle. That money, portion of the money, why they can give you.
So the reason they gave was on safety ground.
On safety. What you call safety? Now, when they brought the first time they brought the regulation, what they said we're making too many accidents, right? Even the citizen brought that out there because it was evident by the number of young people whose legs were being amputated because of accident and other things. Because at the time, most of us never knew how to ride by, right? Somebody could say, "Oh, the motorcycle man told me that," he said, "I'm not saying that." When like year, somebody say, "Motorcycle man told me that," he said, "I'm not saying that." Because from that time, that's almost 18 years now in the sector. We know how to ride back. Okay, right? We have improved. In fact, our appearances now have changed. Before, you used to see some of our friends with dirty jacket. You see us now clean on the back. But when last you saw you can stay here now, right? A 10 motorbike park now, right? All that 10, maybe now 8% will be having feed. Maybe it'll just be 1% will ride. So we have changed. We have understood that our safety is also important. So you can't say for our safety. No, we are safe. Tell us, I told the police that we are willing to wear helmet, we can register our motorbike. The government should be concentrating on training for us.
Safety can be the argument because if you're talking about safety, there are people who are riding in rural areas on terrible roads, and you are not addressing those concerns, but you come to the city. But here's the thing. See, this could be a strategy, for example, because now we're hearing they're telling you to stop at Freeport, right? So if that goes through, the likelihood is that they will come back and tell you, say, stop at Douala. It's a gradual and clever attempt to get you off your business. How do you speak to that as one of the leaders?
So, for me, if all other leaders will submit to this oppression and intimidation, I will never ever do it. They put it like the last time, 1 or 2 comments that threatening my life.
But you're talking the government. They are the
So
government.
it's the government. I agree. It's the government. The guy they say you can't fight government. You can't fight government. We are the government.
Do you have your people behind you? Do you have their backing?
Look, we announced our protest is going Friday. Today, you are going to see the number of motorcyclists that are going to come up. We are not joking. We are not. But the president is not doing us favor for us to ride on the road. He is not a project and say, so you think we are dumb truck? When we feel bad, imagine they say, don't buy it for air. Do you know how many of our motorcyclists that supported Braga? You think they support him for him to come suppress them? They support him so he can bring more jobs so they can work. Taking off on the street was not one of the things they have discussed. So you will be telling me, say, I come and chase you. I come and violate your right. They were going to get any motorcycle behind them? No. But some of our friends supported Braga, hoping that the jobs that he promised were going to come. Oh, the job promised that they want you to put in power and when you want it for us. So you want to send us back in the community. You want us to be backers. And so we are calling on all world means that we are calling on the international community because we have received intelligence that they are paid people to come and destroy people's property so they can get more reason. So then you see why we say the bomb move on the street. We are aware. Because and any more man, if you think the police can use you, you can't among us today to sponsor my car. If you don't take that, you may not go back the way you came. Because this is about survival, this is about life, and we are going to do everything in our power to protect ourselves. The government is under obligation to protect us. We have announced our protest on today will be at the Capitol building. We'll be at the Capitol building. The government is under obligation to protect us. In this order that we protect ourselves. We are not going to sit there and allow people to continue to suppress us. We are not dumb trial like you use all the time to dumb us.
Okay, you put assemble at the Capitol building because we're hearing executive mansion too. So the clarity is you're going to be at the Capitol building.
They just miss. I mean, there are so the government propaganda are very poor in their own propaganda. Why we do the mansion? The last time we check, we saw people dying in job. We go to mansion. We go to the Capitol building where we voted our lawmakers. Is where we are going. We are going to call on. These are our direct representation. The lawmakers.
Are they listening to you, the lawmakers? Are some of them giving you listening ears?
Do you know how many lawmakers are going to be in our put at the result of listening ears? Do you know how many lawmakers are going to be in that protest today? Even some of the people who bought a pointer, they are going to be in this car. You don't know? You think everybody happy with their decision? There are some people who are called as a confidence. Say, yeah, mission will stand with you. This is wrong. We can't use your. They told me in confidence. I had dossier of them. Messages, calls in my phone supporting this cause. And so here's not about me. Here's about the thousands of young people out there who are surviving on motorbike. You can't use all the time us. You are not doing us a favor. It is our constitutional right. We are taxpayers. And so the government needs to reconsider their decision. They're going to put us in more harm way. They're going to put two men say, you follow the car budget for invest money. Chief, take your camera from Broad Street to I go play Famuma. Every intersection you go there, you see no less than 50 motorbike parked there. We are not parking there because one lecture. We are parking there because no passenger. Besides the one that ride in Senior Morovia, take it from Baba to Famuma. Every intersection you reach to, you'll see motorbike parked there in the 50, in the 100s. Because no passenger is that easy. Yeah?
Also because there is no passenger, that's why you have to ride to Broad Street.
Yeah, no passenger. I get talking about the ones that are currently riding the community of your intersection. Okay. They are parked there in their 100s. One more, when you taking the entire Central Morovia and send it to the already condensed populated area that will have our motorbike park, how are we going to get passenger? We'll be taking it from the sky. If you come to the front parking lot, you will practically see the motorcycle begging the passenger to ride. I'm not talking about the one that are riding Central Morovia. Are the community that they're talking about? You want to restrict us for here? You're talking about beyond Douala should be our buffer zone. We should now get on our entire road. And to community around I call it play Simeco should be our buffer zone. And you call that free pole, that entire route, we should not use it going to Douala. That whole route is a no-go zone. Senior Morovia is a no-go zone. From here, beyond ELB Jordan, I call it play CSA road will be our final destination. We will not see ELB Jordan. Why are you treating all of this? Are we cowards? So you restrict us from all these places. What kind of wickedness is that? You call that
wickedness government regulation?
That wickedness. There's no reliance legally. You can't come and beat the Constitution. Go back to Article 13.
Why can't you go to court instead of protesting?
No, we can't. There are a lot of things that we are working on.
Everything your rights are being violated by the government.
There are a lot of things that we are working on.
Okay, but you're protesting today.
The court is one of the processes that will lead to the result that we anticipate, right? But right now we are not discussing the court issue.
Okay,
we are using the Constitution. Our peaceful assembly is not in any way violating the Constitution.
Now I'm reading the front page Africa front page headline, which coincidentally came to me. I was just about to ask you about your safety issue, the safety of motorcyclists when you come out today, and we're just referencing the King George situation that the reports or the findings from the report are yet to be published and all of that. And front page is reporting this morning. I'm going to read what front page is reporting. It says LMB Professional Standard Department investigative report into King George violence justifies law enforcement use of excessive force to disperse the rioting crowd. Force was necessary. And they're quoting the report, which I'm going to read. It said, during the incident, rioters threw Molotov cocktail. I don't know what they call it there. Threw stones using slings, used single barrels, shotguns, and wounded several officers, vandalized, looted, and burned down the police station and barracks along with the Liberian flag. The rioters had all these deadly weapons and at the same time used them against the police, thereby defeating the officers. 3 lines of positions, and trying to break the last barrier, putting the police in harm's way and in imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury. front page is saying this is except from the professional standard division report. Now you all have to be careful going out today because it seems like the police already has a space to justify
the police takes action
the
and
show.
justifies the action.
So the police is saying the police are admitting to shooting and they're saying they shout against the protesters in Kinjo because the protesters have blah 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 and all of that. Now, when you're taking people to the street, also for us, we're concerned the capacity to ensure their safety.
So there's a thing, right? I like the report. I just hope when the report comes the other way around, they will also post it as well, and they will investigate. Look, there is about the safety of young people. This is about the survival of thousands of young people who use motorcycles as a survival. You think when somebody fighting for a survival, you think they get time for riot or platoon? You think they really care? This is about the life of thousands of young people who use motorcycles as a source of income. This is about the life of thousands of young people who use motorcycle transportation means to come to school. This is about us not going back to school. This is about us going, some of our friends going back in the community to say, oh, we're not going to be playing gamble. You want to be useless citizens? Are you not happy? It's part of your responsibility to provide jobs for all. We are providing jobs for ourselves, and you think that you will bring pepper spray, baton, you don't get a more. No, you're joking. The first thing you should consider is that there's an informal setup. Nobody asked anybody for a master's degree for being motorcyclist. Some of the people that ride motorcycle, I tell you for free, Austin, I made more than 20 years in this sector. Right? In leadership, I made more than 10 years. I know the people that are dealing with. So the police need to be careful because some of our friends who are former ex-combatants are even more trained than the police, you don't know. But because of the motorcycle that they saw, some of them have changed. Don't remind them of the past. Don't remind them of the past. The needful thing to do is to please reconsider your decision. We are not begging. We not say get our job. We follow our job and you want to get for us.
And that's why Austin was reading the report based on the sensitivity of your plight, so that it doesn't get disrupted with unscrupulous actions and other things. So we're asking safety measure.
We got a lot of safety measures in place. We are going to be our own security. Like I mentioned earlier, anybody, any motorcyclist would think that you can be used, and that's why I send this card, because I receive intelligence that they are using some of our friends to come among us, vandalize people's property, and then the police will get more reason. So I say, oh, hey, who told you? Who told you the minute disconto, the minute lawless? What if you just tried one car, you spoil our entire case. We got them for poor property. They will pass. We are peacefully assembling.
Okay.
And that will not, no amount of intimidation will stop us. You like it, you can post on all the print and electronic media in the country that motorcycle won't put in the country that is up to you. We are using the Constitution, Article 17, to assemble. Our right is about to be violated, and our lawmakers, we are calling on our leaders. We are calling on our leaders. They see where Jeremiah making a business, he keep begging us, I beg you. We got some of our friends who come different meetings. Well, even the banker, our current president, he talked to motorcycle. He campaign. So your thing, we are executive mansion, a dump truck that you will use on when you pay the mansion, then you throw it away. We are going to do it. There's about politics. There's about the survival of thousands of young people who are using motorcycles as a survivor. Please, for some of you, our international partners, please, your safety is also tied to this the restriction, because there are thousands of young people who were involved with different things. When they saw it, they are seeing their motorcycle thing as a means for transformation. Please talk to this government, to the U.S. Embassy. I understand that the government, all government in Liberia, they see the U.S. Embassy as a serious father. Please call the president and this government to please reconsider the decision. We are not going to sit and be chased the common criminal like they did yesterday. No, it's not going to work. We are going to do everything that our rights are protected. And today, we'll have 10 lawmakers. 10 lawmakers that will be in our protest today. There will be a Capitol building. You are going to see them.
The energy you speak with sends a whole different message, and then I'm concerned about how some of your members are feeling, particularly the way the election went, and some of them were so excited about this government to see that they are coming directly after their jobs and their means of survival, and without any alternative. Are they expressing regret among themselves, or why?
And that is the reason why we are on one front. We are on one front. Whether you came from the former ruling party CDC or you are current supporter of this government, we are all united on one front.
All of you.
All of us come together. But we want to know about
no party building.
No party. They do not party.
So even the rescue.
What a rescue, CDC. Everyone are together. Here's about survivor. So when the police start chasing people like common criminals, it will be asking for party advocate. You will not be asking for. In fact, you can even carry to them back up tattoo on your face. They will arrest your motorbike. So we are united on one front. This is about the survivor of 30 young people who you motorcycle. It will get time for. But that party in a long time. In fact, during the entire can be pure. When like years, for the party they been. We are the most united people in this country. You don't know. And the politician again, you divide a room member, divide room member when I wear that because all on one phone now. So we last, you know, yeah, one group of motorcycle can't say we support it, no goes.
Choco, let me interrupt you for a very important reason. The last time Abu and I were here, we're sending a caution to the government about our radio station. When we leave our homes in the morning and wake up as early as 4 or 5 o'clock to come here, we don't come here to play. The same thing about freedom of speech we're talking about just now, this is it. This is our second time alarming on the radio that every time we have a critical conversation, the government will start to jam our radio station. The government again is jamming our radio station. Because of the sensitive nature of the conversation, and they realize that motorcyclists across the country and people who are angry and aggrieved because of the government's wrongful decision, they don't want the message to go across, so they are jamming our radio station. This is not an appeal to the government or an appeal to any U.S. embassy anywhere. This is our second warning to the government. You jamming our radio station, we know. First, we are aware that you jamming our station. We know the source of the source. We know the source. Meaning, we know who's jamming our radio station. The third thing is, we have the capacity to reply, to pay back. The other day we said we're clear, and 2 other people who are my friends managing radio stations call and start talking different things. But we're clear. You start to jam Freedom FM, there'll be no radio station that will broadcast in the country very clearly, because Baka, whosoever saying Guinea, will not listen to any radio station in the country because we have capacity to jam all the radio stations. We're very clear about that. This is not before where President Seli or Joseph Baka and the government will sit down and start jamming radio station and they be complaining whole day. When from the day George Riato telephone and called Baka to concede defeat to Joe Baka, we prepared for this day because we knew we were going into this direction. We knew we were going to stay with the people, so we prepare ourselves. Whether it's through technology or whatsoever, we prepare ourselves for this moment because we knew that a moment will have come where the government will not want to hear or the people to hear what we say. They will want to start jamming our station, and so we prepare ourselves for it. You start to jam the radio station, we will jam other radio stations. This is a warning. If you do not want to listen to what we say, tune to a different radio station. This is a direct attack on the media. This is a direct attack on our radio station. The other day, same ghetto EPS, armed EPS officer, and send them here. One of the guys that they coming to arrest an EPS officer who have gone. Today, they are jamming our radio station. This is a direct attack. This is our second warning we're issuing. You will spend millions in your state broadcaster and other radio station. We will jam them. They will not hear anything. They will not hear content because we have the capacity. And we're very serious about that. The stupidity is growing now beyond Joseph Burger age. That's what we noticed. The stupidity is going beyond his age. You have to respect yourself. We respect you. If you don't respect yourself, we'll never respect you. We've not said anything here that is untrue. The day we start to say anything that is untrue, shut us down.
No, you go to court.
Simple.
Go to court.
Yeah, to shut down, they have to go to court. So shut down. Go to court, shut down. The day we say anything that is untrue, go to court, shut us down. But stop attacking our radio station. This is our second warning. Let's go.
We not want government job. We're not in your government. We're not looking for government. This is our means of survival. This is what we have passion for. This is what we want to do. And this is what our people love us for. Bringing the unfiltered truth to them every day. And this is what our institution remains committed to. If this reckless government thinks and feels that she can short circuit this means by draconian narcissist attempt, y'all who can be talking for Baka, y'all go warn. Because you know what? No matter what you do, when you end each of our angle here, we will adapt other means. So, but let's go to the motorcyclists, and then subsequently we'll open the phone lines and hear from the Liberian people on some of what's being said here.
And so like I said, the next thing is that even the tricyclists, one of the alternatives of people getting to their various destinations, they are currently restricting the tricyclists that all the tricyclists will no longer use a new bridge. They will use the old bridge.
Oh, it will come for them too.
They will use UN draft. I mean, so the suppression is too much. The suppression is too much. The government got to rethink. Okay, the government, they're doing that is going to benefit them. Because the more you suppress people, the aftermath, you are going to come back to you. And that is the reason why our assembly today is not about green party or blue party.
And you're paying taxes, right?
We are paying taxes, like I said. The government not doing us favor. We pay to use a road, and you say we will not use a road. So how you expect us to survive? One guy, to our president, if you bring job here, you're not tell to leave Moldova. When companies come in the country, President Baga will not tell to leave Moldova. We ourselves will pack a whole way. Or you think everybody that right? You think our hairs are on the tire? We are going to school. There are thousands of young people who are college students. Some of them are college graduates. Do you know how many persons who graduated from college while they're riding over? You think they are happy riding by? They are not happy. But there's the only opportunity they have. They're riding by every girl that going still to one that only man told after 90 days or after 30 days, you look at $100 or $80 US. At least you can ride a bike, you can raise $1,000 a day. That would be far better than going still from the one that only man stole.
That's correct.
Okay, so we are calling on our international partner and this government to please reconsider the decision. We are willing to listen, we are willing to come on the table, but please, the issue about no-go zone, let it please reconsider the decision. This is going to put us in harm's way. This is going to suppress our people. We are asking them, please. And that's the reason why all of us that ride back in this country, whether motorbike rider or keke rider, we are coming on one front. It's not about party, it is about survival. And so we are going to do everything in our power to speak to our lawmakers. Today, our assembly will be meeting at EADB Junction, will be meeting at Central Monrovia, will be meeting at Ghanansville, Douala, and all other places. Some of the places, for our midpoint, where we're trying to be converging, it will be at Capitol buildings.
Okay, so there are different assemblies. You all march to the Capitol building.
Capitol building. It is a Capitol building. The drama is going to be because we were going to.
But how do you even get to the Capitol building when there are police checkpoint mounted?
No, you get you black us now. I mean, the regulation are not started. We are not violating any. We are not blocking anybody's car. We are going to the Capitol. Also, when all people go put there, what can happen? Why go to your own put them in there? We come in going to open you down. So I want them to put them at the all around.
We didn't say what is.
I'm saying the manner of informing with government is taking our own protest. And you know, every click on you pass, they will want to spoil. I mean, so how you brave One group of people are here, they are not him. So you treat all the second class citizens?
And I'm sorry, some of them refer to you as hooligans. They consider you to be...
Because the election finished now, so we are hooligans. The day election campaign will be, but the sales continue. We are not marching truck that you will use us and dump us. Our rights must be protected to the religious council and all other organizations in this country, whether international or local. Your please call on the government. For some of us, we don't have the president number. If I have President Kwaga number, I'm going to call him personally. But I don't have it. Some of you that got
we'll give you a number of the show.
So we will give the president number to y'all. Y'all share.
All of y'all call him.
All of y'all call him. You'll be sending him text messages. He's your president. And y'all call him and send him text messages every day. Maybe he will reconsider.
Yeah,
so let's open the phone lines and hear what Liberians think about what you've said here, plus other issues. 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. You've listened to Motorcyclist, representation of motorcyclists in our country as they respond or react to government policy issued for their restriction and usage of the rules in the country. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Go ahead, let's hear you.
I've been studying the profession a lot, and I appreciate people for the way that you play for Nigerian people. Many of me, sometimes when I listen to your show, sometimes I can walk forward, I can pick up my phone. I can be so.
Go ahead, you already called now. You go ahead, make your point.
I can be so bad when I see people talking in the favor of the people sometimes. Let people ask them for the
all right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, let's hear you.
I join you from Bachan.
Go ahead.
The Motorcyclist.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
My brother, we are fully prepared to carry on our peaceful protest. We ourselves will resist any form of violence. Because we are people with responsibility, we are people with kind of fear. So we can't go in the street and cause damage.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's hear you. More calls. Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
Fine, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Ahmad Agina. I come from Fanwin, Chicken community.
Go ahead, Amma. Hello? Okay, so let me take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me say good morning to all the Yellow Machine.
And this thing here is no partisan business. This is about the welfare and survival of other Liberians. Let's hear you.
Exactly. Well, it's like the warning shot, what they just gave. I'm 40 sound hearing just now on the radio, not hearing it again.
Okay.
Moving forward, our brothers who are riding motorbike, they have right to this country. Last year, I can remember, I think 2022, Motorcycle Union and Tricycle Union were able to raise $2.5 million just for tricycle and motorcycle. They were able to raise $2.5 million for government.
Sure. So I mean, to go in government revenue.
Government revenue through registration.
Yeah, but the people paying, right? The people registering there.
And you cannot deprive the group of Liberians. The reason why President William sits here to put in there about armed robbery and other stuff around here was because all of the guys were giving the opportunity.
Yeah, but the government is arguing on safety and public order.
During the time of President William, did you ever hear the way for accident the way you used to hear about that? You ever heard it?
So what do you think? You think the government action is not justified?
The government is insensitive to the flag of the Liberian people.
Okay, insensitive to the flag of the Liberian people. Thank you, David. Let's hear Hussein. I can most likely predict Hussein's position, but let's hear him. Hussein, go ahead.
No, you don't have a future. So let me say good morning to you. Good morning to Austin. I joined this morning from District 2. Abu, let me dedicate my birthday today to Ma Sisi. Today is my birthday, so I dedicate it to Ma Sisi.
The woman tells her she get birthday. Mama, go ahead, man.
Rescue team, but I'm doing it for my own Ma Sisi. So Ma Sisi, I dedicate my birthday to you today. And moving forward, Abu, you know, I have this question for your guest. I'm hearing a corner that this thing happens to political side. For me, I'm not going to look at the political aspect of it.
Who's political side in it? You rescue supporters? You want political side a genuine survival advocacy by motorcyclists?
I will not get me off track. You know, I am not in no way supporting government.
But nobody's speaking politics. Why are you bringing politics?
Yeah, but let me make my point.
No, don't bring politics here. Take the politics back.
No, there's not politics.
Okay.
Right? Okay, fine. So I listened to the director of police and the spokesperson of the National Police. They said they have had continuous dialogue with the leadership of the tricycle and the motorcycle union. I want to understand from him, has he been part of that leadership that those people are talking about? And if he has been, what is it? Because they said they have a memorandum of understanding. So do we have a copy of it so he can share with the public so we can know who's telling the truth? But if he's not part of the leadership, then I get to see what will come out of it.
Okay, anyway, thank you. But I thought you've been listening to the show, the mentor or the meeting, been there, everything. He's come back again, ask the medicine question. I have rescue people can all confused. Hello, good morning. Go ahead, Joseph.
We're taking motor for that 50 for 30, give a 9 more. Who are one in the community again 900 for 9 more? So they give a 900, you get it over 1 5. Don't you get it? It's struggling. You don't bring no job. They say you put in the front of the road. The government wants in the country. I want to bring it to.
No, let's take it easy. Y'all go. Y'all take it easy. Come in. Nobody bringing danger here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Thank you. This is Thomas and Sabo in Apunya from Joseph Township resident in Leo community. Abu, it is a clear evidence that Joe Parker is not serious in this country. Gregory Como. This is one of the Abu, if you come to Johnson, if you see the store and the horse and Gregory Como building, just in about 3 months, the police director, you don't even believe it. You can't be this guy, but someone know it. I can just look at him so now allow us to look at the way. I will take a picture and everyone will say, this man is getting rich over there. Joe Parker and his official, they are getting rich. That's why Joe Parker carry hooligan leader called Nelson Fremont as police 102. This is one man who was part of the massacre on Lufema 7. This is one man who will testify all the war that was fighting around one of the lead men there. You see, you taking motorcycle, you taking it from on the street without finding any solution for them. So how do you expect them to survive? Then when they say, oh, the people jacking phone, all these things, you can't hear that again. About these people, they form a leadership, people that choke on, they talking to the people. Gentlemen, do it. They so the people can see us.
Okay.
Nowadays, when you get traffic on the road, you go to town, you get out of your car, you get on by, you reach in less than 6 minutes or 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much, Thomas Sabo. Poker Robert, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Aga. Thank you. Let me say good morning to you and good morning to Oski and good morning to my brother, Nishi is still there. For your condition, I'm Pocket Robert, and I joined you from Bush Color and the entire resident this morning. Abu, there's not only this plot that my brother took and Putin is not only about surviving, it's also about safety. Abu, mind you, apart from I'm like a penetrate, so that you see people sick in the desert. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so now you see people going to a serious center in the test. Abu, for you to move from there to go to jail or never center, you can die, you can die in an aspect, but two motorcycle faster than this. They can hurry take you to the hospital, which happened last night. Last night, everyone have a motorcycle business, our chairman, I told our chairman of our community, he had got a daughter. It was motorcycle that even took out in like a horror speed, and today the government even said, oh, it's on I want to tell you how motorcycle is very helpful. So, President, not President, come Puaka. Let me get concluded. No, come Puaka. You and your CNK, you don't have zero capacity to stand the wrath of the citizen. Marginalizing the citizen is not the way forward. I'm saying that, but to the protest, you see, pedestrian people are the protest, passing people are the protest. I'm telling you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Token. Poka Robbers. Let me take 3 more calls on the phones and then we transition. Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
Okay, good morning.
good morning,
Good morning.
good morning to the people of Manabio. This is Ali Wusin, prefers to be called son of KOK. I'm joining the conversation this morning. But let's this number 14. I want to say thank you to you guys and the individual studio this morning. You know, during the election, this old man campaigning for him.
No, yeah, okay. Because elections are over, let's speak to the realities of today. Okay, thank you. Let's take you. Good morning.
Good morning, Austin, and good morning to Brother Danny Judo.
Go ahead.
You see, the issue of this regulation, the government bringing out, they are doing this always. You know, it has been the tradition of the United Party government now to, suppress or oppress motorcyclists. And if they are coming out to say they are using safety as justification, to oppress cyclists, why you thought of those cyclists in the rural places? Don't you think accidents these days, one accident these days occurs in the rural places than even Morovia now? And then if you're talking about safety, there are people that use motorcycles to go and to access hospitals that beyond traffic means. You see, so if you are talking about safety, you should consider these things. If the government have no vision, these are some of the things. If you're talking about safety, ordinary, if you say no one should defecate openly in a place, there should be a mobile toilet. Examples they've been making in other countries. Other countries, you can compare that. You can say we are not on planet. We know we on planet. Like what they get, what about Ghana, what about Nigeria? And the people say don't use this route. There are
alternative
routes that you can use.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The final caller. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Your line is very bad, so I'll replace you with this caller. Let's see. Hello, good morning. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, thanks for having me this morning. My name is Tommy Samuel. All from Fennel community. But thank you for the show. But you see the issue with the motorcycle, myself, I'm a former motorcyclist. It is motorcycle that helped me to go through my high school education. Some of our brothers, they don't analyze. I had some friends during the time before, during the campaign, we used to tell them what we experienced in the past, from the 2015 and 16. They never think. So, one way or the other, I can say the food they cook is what they are eating today.
Yeah, but let's be in solidarity with him. This is when the child, Sonny, you can't throw the child and no babu for child. Peter Lynn Peters, I have to do this because you are the lone female. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Yeah, Abu, thank you for considering me, even though I'm calling late. This is Peter Lynn. I'm calling you from Congo Town. Yeah, Abu, let me say thanks for the conversation this morning. You see, I think the Liberian people, we are all getting to understand the deceitful behavior of the United Party. Because this was the same motorcyclists they used to campaign around here. They use civil servants to also campaign. Today is, I think, April 22nd. Let's ask Sebastian whether they are taking pay. So everybody in the country will be affected by the behavior of the Unity Party. Those people who told them from the beginning that they were not coming for the interest of the people, but they were coming to get a life benefit. Walker is already old. Very soon will leave government. So he was coming to get what he wants and then go and sit home and enjoy it for the rest of his life. You see, the old people that are in the government, these people are just coming for their own interests. We said it from the beginning. So everyone will be affected. We are seeing every part of the government now. When you go to the civil salon, they are putting people down, saying all kinds of things. When you go to the other place, they are putting people down, saying different kind of things. They are the only people who claim that they know everything. They feel that everybody that judge we are employed, they were not qualified. They have problems, they were not educated, all kinds of things. So that's the thing that affecting the motorcyclists. I think those people, they didn't say they knew that this thing could happen. And they were all running after a year. So the only thing that we pity them right now, because these are the only means that some of them have to provide for their family, even send their children to school. So we understand how constrained it's going to be, but we just got to accept it because this is what we bring for ourselves. No one compare us, but we ourselves make the decision. So we all got to take what come after it. So the motorcyclists, we can talk for them, we can try to maybe protest and all the kind of thing. But the fact that the party people already said these things, they are not going to change from it. So they just got to follow those things and they live by it.
So let's watch and see. And that's why the motorcyclists are here and they are determined on ensuring that government reverses its decision. So let's now go across to Chokon and get his final. You listen to the callers, Chokon.
So again, we want to say thanks to all of you, almost everybody commended us for our approach. One thing the public need to know is that what are some of the motorcyclists supporters of the Unity Party or what are the supporters of the CDC at this point we all are united on one front because this is about our survival. It's not a party anymore. And election is long gone. We anticipate another election that will be 5 years after today or maybe 6 years from now. So election is long gone. All we are saying to our government is to please see reconsider this decision. No amount of intimidation can stop us from coming up. All our seeing protestation in this country are seeing citizens assembled to call on their government for the amount of form in which the government is misleading the public, the amount in which people are taking our own protest as if we are going to end the entire country. This is wrong. This is our honest call. Don't please start politicizing our honest call to this government. We are talking about the survival of thousands of young people who use motorbike as a source of income. The government needs to think about the number of people who use it back. If we have jobs, if we have better opportunity, we will not ride motorbike. If we have a job coming in this country, nobody will tell us to leave by. We ourselves will leave the motorbike and go there because we have people who have the ability, who have the capacity to work, who have degree holder. It is about degree. We can show you that we have degree holder. It is about vocational education. We got them. All the government need to start anticipating thinking about is to provide more trainings for vocational education. That some of our young people who are riding motorbike like 10 years from now, when they don't have the energy to ride back anymore, they can connect somebody wire, they can do somebody camo and at least to get something for their family. That's why the government should be anticipating. The government should be thinking about our safety in the form of providing a road usage workshop where we can go there, we can wear helmet, and we are willing to wear helmet, right? We are willing to be trained. We are willing to do a nipple. But to say that the only option or the only thing you can do is to chase us on the street like we are common criminal with the exception to it, and we are begging you, please protect our right. You are not doing us favor by us riding on the road. It is our constitutional right. We are business people, we are paying taxes. It's like somebody pay money to use it, you pay to use a road. Then you say you can't pay them for that. We are not working, we're using motorbike. And the reason we pay motorbike, we pay money in government cover to ride on the road. The last caller, one of the callers said that the motorcycle was the real over $2 million. That was just for 1 month. Let me say this. They for 2017. That was just for 1 month. The motorcycle also raise over 2 million for government. Currently, as I speak, government generating a lot of funds for us. So you collect our money in a form of tax. Then you want it up on the road. Is that not wicked? Is that not cruelty? And so we are calling on our leaders. Your please, you who are the lawmakers. Your please call the executive to order. Please, this is about survival. Our coming out today is to call the government attention. Please reconsider your decision. We will not sit, learn this. We will not sit and allow you to chase off the common criminal. If it happened yesterday during the early government, this time around, we have motorcycles that are transformed, that can better argue, that know their right. If you think we never knew our right then, that you use your horrible move to chase our people, kill our people, broke some of their lives, it is not going to happen this time around. And that is the reason why we are coming up in our number to call on the government to please see reason. This is about survival. This is about thousands of young people who are above to go back in the ghettos. This is about thousands of young people who are above to go back to Ataisha and other places and have no other source of income. Because if you can't raise your report money, if you're not allowed to go on the road, we will make it difficult for you. Soon or very soon you will be losing the back because your boss is going to take the tax from you. Please let the government see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And so, Austin, that's all the time we've got to be here. And how do you leave us?
You see, I went quiet for some other reasons. When I'm angry, I hate to talk or act because normally I will have to apologize for some of the things I will say or do. So when I'm angry, I don't talk. But I think we'll engage the government tomorrow about our radio station. The things that you guys say are tied to national security or poses threat to national security, we'll release some of them. If it costs for us to go personal in your personal profiles, we'll do that. Shut the radio station down, block the radio station, jam the radio station, go jam Facebook too. Get ready to jam Facebook. Everything we know about Joseph Barker now, we're about to just release them. We thought we were going to build a relationship, we'll manage our space, you manage your space, and we'll operate, we'll coexist. Maybe in the 10th year or the 4th year, when we are going to election, people will say, oh, that people are like campaign time, so we can understand the disagreement. But since you want the disagreement now, trust us, we are prepared for the fight, we are ready for the fight. Everything we've been keeping because he is president. We say, let's add small dignity to the presidency. Let's not release certain things. Let's not talk about certain things. We're going to talk about everything now. We'll put everything outside. Maybe we have to destroy Joseph Barker in the first year of his government. So everything they be doing now, they be living on it now. Maybe that's what we need to do. So you'll jam the radio station, you'll go to Facebook and jam Facebook too. Because we're about to start doing a lot of conversation now on our live screen, and we forget about your radio station. But the same way you'll be jamming our radio station, we do not have capacity to stop you from jamming our radio station. The capacity we have is to jam other radio stations that you feel comfortable to, so we too will start jamming those other radio stations. That's what we're going to do.
So it's going to be jam to jam.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that's all the time we have to be here. This is what you get if the government of the day choose to be petty. Petty, small-minded. And for me, I can understand why this government will go this way. Because, of course, they have nothing to offer. They got nothing to show. They got everything. So if you know you get all the wisdom, you get all the self-education, why? We didn't even start anything yet, that Austin said. We've gone to meeting. We've said among ourselves, let's give the government a chance. Let's give them, in fact, let's give them 3 years. But yes, our doors are open to every critical voices. Every critical voices. Anybody the government pull you down, come here, we'll give you the radio station you talk. Anybody the government terminate your contract because they say you associated with this person, that person, okay? We will be the voice for the voiceless, the suppressed, the oppressed, the dejected. And you want to suppress that? Okay, so we watch and see. Folks, tomorrow we'll be here again with another brand new edition. My name is Abu. Austin was here. Until we meet tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time.